Nas Daily is a vlogger with a huge platform, and I mean huge, with over 20 million followers on Facebook. His thing sort of is that he is all about love and compassion, but when it comes to this one topic, his love and compassion suddenly just disappears. He suddenly becomes completely okay with unnecessary cruelty. He becomes completely okay with funding unnecessary cruelty. So when his hypocrisy was unveiled on this one topic, he faced a huge backlash. Let's find out what's going on.
Last week, I showed you how Japan loves fish. That's why they have the world's largest fish market. You know, a place that sells fish. Little did I know, fish is a sensitive topic, and this turned into a huge backlash.
Did you just catch what he did there? He's using the word sensitive, right, to manipulate the audience. He is subtly planting a seed into the minds of the audience members that the backlash is an emotional one rather than a rational one. He's doing this to make the audience take his side. Like, come on, if you want to address the backlash, address the backlash. Provide rebuttals to what your critiques are saying. What's this deal with commenting on the nature of the backlash? Which, by the way, is not even accurate. This kind of tactic, right, this kind of subtly playing with the minds of the audience is not something that one just knows. It is something that he has learned over creating thousands of hours of content, and he uses these tactics very frequently, sometimes to good effect, right, for good intentions and purposes, but not so much this time. And he will do this again in this very video. Let's carry on.
Backlash!
You should be ashamed of yourself, asshole murderer! Go vegan!
Look, you are right. In a few years, I'll probably become vegetarian myself, simply because we don't need meat to survive.
He did it again. Did you catch that? It was more subtle this time. This time, he's trying to make himself look like the bigger man by admitting with his words that he's wrong, you're right. Now, this would be all right. In fact, this would be great if it were reflected in his behavior. The problem is that he's saying one thing and doing the other. If he knows you are right, if he knows that the vegans are right, why does he need a few more years? Why does he need to contribute to the unnecessary suffering of non-human animals for a few more years? Which is to say, thousands of more times, through thousands of meals at 3 meals a day. Also, why vegetarian? Why not vegan? You don't need to eat the corpses of non-human animals to survive or to thrive, nor do you need the bodily secretions or the eggs of non-human animals to survive or to thrive. By the way, if you're finding this video to be insightful, a sub to the channel would be compassionate.
We don't need meat to survive. But what humans also don't need is for you to vilify, guilt trip, and make them sound like murderers simply for eating what you don't eat.
I don't eat chips, right? I don't particularly like chips, right? They're not particularly healthy. But I won't vilify you if you eat chips, right? You can eat whatever you want, but you cannot eat whoever you want, right? You cannot exploit whoever you want for their bodily secretions or their eggs. It's not a matter of what you're eating. It's a matter of the fact that you're supporting with your money the torture of innocent individuals. I'll give you an analogy. If someone was being racist, right? If someone was discriminating against innocent individuals on the basis of morally irrelevant differences, then I would tell them that that is immoral, right? I would try to stop them, right? They don't get to then say, right, yeah, humans can survive without being racist, without discriminating against others on the basis of race, but what humans also don't need is for you to make them feel guilty and make them feel like murderers and make them, vilify them for simply doing the things that you don't do, right? That card is not open to them, right? And similarly, when you're discriminating against other individuals on the basis of species, right? On the basis of the fact that they are a different species, and I pointed out to you that that's immoral, you don't get to play that card. That card is not open to you.
There is nothing wrong with your mission, but there is something wrong with the way you try to achieve it.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Remember this line for the end of the video. I have something to say about this, but you'll have to wait till the end of the video.
Tell me how meat hurts the planet. Tell me how vegetables are healthier. Tell me how this is unsustainable. But don't tell me I'm an asshole for not having the same conviction as you do.
I won't tell you any of those things. I won't tell you about the ecological impact of consuming meat. I won't tell you about the sustainability of fishing or overfishing. I won't tell you about the health benefits of eating vegetables. Why? Because they're irrelevant. Even if it were the case that eating meat and eating vegetables had the same ecological impact, even if it were the case that eating vegetables and eating meat had the same impact on your health, right? Even if it were the case that fishing on the scale that we currently do were completely sustainable, right? It doesn't matter. Even if all of those things were true, right, there would still be a moral obligation to be vegan. Not torturing innocent individuals is a good enough reason to not torture innocent individuals.
Humans can survive without meat, but humans cannot survive without each other. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Sure, humans cannot survive without each other, but that doesn't mean that we have to coddle each other up and treat each other like babies. No. Part of what it means to survive with each other is for us to help each other recognize when we are participating in some grave moral atrocity, which is exactly what your commenters tried to do for you, Nas. Nas, while you're on this mission of spreading compassion for others, you participate in supporting unnecessary cruelty onto innocent individuals. There is nothing wrong with your mission, but there is something wrong in what you participate in while you're on that mission. We're not asking you to be compassionate to them. Like, it would be great if you were, since that's kind of your thing. We're just asking you to not be cruel to them. We're just asking you to not support all of this unnecessary cruelty imposed onto them. I've been Soytheist or Aditya Prakash. If you like this video and want to help me create more of them and get exclusive benefits in return, you can support the channel via Patreon. It's the first link in the description box. This is the video YouTube thinks you like the best. This is the video that I published most recently. Let me know what your thoughts are about this video in the comment section down below, and I'll see you there.